All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to my apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful members of the elect, the Bacharim, the house of David, that's been preordained, predestined to get delivered in these last times and to be the ruling, governing body of the nation of Yashala. I'm going to go into a lesson, and I was watching Elder Apostle Ramlab, his lesson that he did, going in on this, and really I want to do a lesson prior because I saw this yesterday, and I was already thinking in the spirit how these homeless people are going to be sent to these detention centers. So as you can see on the screen, if not, it says fact sheet: President Donald J. Trump takes action to end crime and disorder on America's streets. So let's just read a little bit. It says, ending vagrancy and restoring order. Today, President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order to restore order to American cities and remove vagrant individuals from our streets, redirecting federal resources toward programs that tackle substance abuse and returning to the acute necessity of civil commitment. So it says the order directs the Attorney General to reverse judicial precedents and consent decrees that limit state and local governments' ability to commit individuals on the streets who are at risk to themselves or others. We can possibly get more on this, but let me also just play this video, okay? This says CBS 8, San Diego. That's where I'm at, San Diego. Trump signs executive order addressing homelessness, removing people from streets. So let's watch this.
Trump signs an executive order on homelessness that puts the priority on placing people in treatment. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella.
So lucky about that. But let's continue with the video. Oh wow. The fire truck is here, the ambulance is here. Jake getting taken in. Hey, Jake, man. Jake don't take care of their health, man. Because actually it's the same lady. They always come through here. It's pretty common. And it's most likely this neighbor of mine. Hey, Jake, don't take care of their health, man. All that cigarette smoking. Eating unhealthy foods. But anyways, hey, for you Akim, it's true. Eat healthier, man. Eat healthier. Take care of your temple. All right. But let's continue.
President Trump signs an executive order on homelessness that puts the priority on placing people in treatment. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. This directive involves taking aim at what the Trump administration considers to be the root causes of homelessness.
CBS 8's Esmeralda Perez is here in studio to explain. Esmeralda?
Well, that's right. Now, the president's executive order aims to move homeless individuals off the streets and into treatment or facilities. It allows for involuntary commitment when needed, especially for those who are at risk to themselves or others, by changing legal rules. It's an ongoing challenge cities across the country are met with, helping people.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like in some cities in the United States, especially LA. But that was particularly San Diego, and some do look like that. I actually know that area in downtown. That one area that they just showed, and it's hey. But these homeless people that are on the streets, they will be sent to these detention centers. All right, they try to call it treatment facilities, but we know what they are, and this is all a trap. You see? This is all a trap. And me speaking as a man, I can see them being like the first guinea pigs, if you will, to get chipped, being monitored. All right? Because Esau likes to run experiments and do tests. All right? Before he really throws it out there. Okay, so let's continue.
Experiencing homelessness off the streets. Today, the president signed an executive order intended at addressing this issue with several key steps. It directs Attorney General Pam Bondi to reverse rules that limit municipalities' abilities to relocate homeless people. It also redirects federal resources to ensure people are sent to facilities for rehabilitation and substance abuse to get the treatment they need. San Diego County.
This is Psalm chapter 10, verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his nets. All right, net meaning trap. Okay. And the poor can also, the poor talking about the Israelites. And a lot of these homeless people are Israelites. A lot of them are Jake. And they're actually poor. But now this executive order has been passed. And remember the big, beautiful bill, more funding towards ICE, along with many other things, all right? Medicaid and SNAP being cut, and along with many other things, like I said. But one of them was ICE being funded, and along with these detention centers being set up, all right? So they're trying to look like they're cleaning up the streets. They're going to send these homeless people to treatment facilities, when really, in actuality, no, they're going to send them to detention centers, okay? And who knows what's going to happen over there. Run tests on them. I'm speaking as a man now. Put a microchip in them, which is the mark of the beast, and ultimately get rid of them, unalive them, because these elites they have an agenda. The Georgia Guidestones keep humanity, maintain humanity around 500 million, and they're gonna depopulate the world by many ways: famine, pestilence. I can see another inoculation coming out that'll really make these people drop and unalive them. Okay, these troops, these mercenary troops, ultimately war out in the streets, civil war. So let's get this word real quick. Reset. It says rasheth. There's no E in the Hebrew, so it'll be rasheth. Nets for catching of judgment. Leaders leading people to sin as a trap for man. Okay. As catching animals. So it's a trap. And he's going to make it sound like it's a good thing. Again, treatment facility. That word alone makes it seem like they're going to really help the homeless. Let's go.
Supervisor Jim Desmond.
And I just want to say one more thing. Esau is the one that gives these people these drugs. Okay? That's how they come in America. And it was all set up by the CIA.
And applauds the executive order.
I'm ecstatic. I mean, finally, we're going to get to the root causes of homelessness.
This executive order also calls for increased accountability in how the government provides and funds homelessness assistance and transitional living programs. That includes ending support for housing first policies, which the federal government says deprioritize accountability and fail to promote treatment, recovery, and self-sufficiency. Desmond hopes the state will back the federal government's approach.
I'm hopeful that the state of California and the governor say, hey, we'll take your help, federal government. We'll take your dollars. We'll build mental health facilities. We'll put in the right treatment centers. We'll change from a housing first to treatment
And this is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. These Edomites, they try to make themselves look like they're doing good. They're doing good unto the people, when again, they are here to, especially towards you Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to destroy you. All right, they're not going to help you. We'll see what comes out of this, because I know information will come out. Nothing is hid. These treatment facilities, really detention centers, concentration camps, watch. Something's going to come out. What's really happening over there. Well, we just have to wait.
care.
But Jeffrey Sidkoff, who's the founder and president for Doors of Change, an organization that helps homeless youth between the ages of 17 to 24 get off the streets, thinks the focus should remain on adding more housing.
And we need to have more beds in the community. So even the executive order says get them in treatment. Where are they supposed to go? They need to give us money for housing, so we'll have more housing so they can go somewhere. It's very important that we have both treatment and housing. We have to.
And according to this year's point-in-time count data, the city of San Diego saw a 13.5 decrease in homelessness compared to last.
No, really, hey, get rid of these motherfuckers. I'm tired of seeing them. Hey, it's Jake out there, but I'm tired of seeing, because some people are rude. How you gonna be poor and rude? All right, it's demonic every time I go out to LA and downtown San Diego. Brothers from this area, and hell, even from your own area, you see Jake strung out on drugs. It's just a demonic vibe, But again, this is all a trap. They're gonna bring the homeless to these so-called treatment facilities, and it's gonna just be a slaughterhouse. All right. That's what's gonna happen. Okay. So let's go back to this article real quick. The second one now. It says the order requires the Attorney General to work with the Secretary of Health and Human Services, Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, and the Secretary of Transportation to prioritize grants for states and municipalities that enforce prohibitions on open illicit drug use, urban camping and loitering, and urban squatting, and track the location of sex offenders. Prohibition. I don't know why I couldn't say that word, man. Only when I'm doing the video. That's when I get that tongue twister. Any other day, I'll read it normally. Anyways, it says the order redirects funding to ensure that individuals camping on streets and causing public disorder and that are suffering from serious mental illness or addiction are moved into treatment centers, assisted outpatient treatment, or other facilities. And see, that sounds nice, and hey, that would be, F this place, America. All right, we don't want this place to go on. We want the kingdom of heaven to be set up. All right. But let's just say, hypothetically, if I was in this truth and I read this, I'll be like, hey, that sounds like a good thing. It does. All right. But we know that there's something else behind it. And we know that it's not good. They're going to do experiments on these people. And again, a lot of them are going to be unalive. Okay. We just got to wait and see until the information comes out, which I most likely it will. Okay. One of them escape from these facilities or something, a worker, a whistleblower exposes what's really going on. You got to, wait a few months. All right. It says the order ensures discretionary grants for substance use disorder prevention, treatment, and recovery do not fund drug injection sites or illicit drug use. The order stops sex offenders who receive homelessness assistance from being housed with children and allows programs to exclusively house women and children. It says ensuring Americans feel safe in their own cities and towns. President Trump is taking a new approach focused on protecting public safety because surrounding our cities and citizens to disorder and fear is neither compassionate to the homeless nor to the other citizens. I'll read this just a couple more. The number of individuals living on the streets in the United States on a single night during the last year of the Biden administration, 274,000, or 274 and 224,000. All right, was the highest ever recorded. overwhelming majority of these individuals are addicted to drugs, have a mental health disorder, or both. Okay, so let me get a scripture for that. Because again, this sounds nice on the outside, but we know there's a deeper plot. Okay. Psalm 141, verse 8, or verse 9, I mean. Keep me from the snares which they have laid for me in the gins of the workers of iniquities, right? Snares, the traps, you know? Don't, and this can go for anything, all right? Because Esau is going to make anything sound nice, especially that when the RFID chip comes, okay? Don't take what this man offers. Remember the Crown Royal, the inoculation in 2021. All right, if you don't know what that is, the needle, the jab. For you brothers and sisters that may be listening, you may be new, you may be homeless. Don't go. Go, pray to the Lord. If you can, try to get into the housing, because that's about to be cut off anyways. Get a job, something, just, you know, but don't, they offer you to go to these treatment facilities. I would say just nah, don't even, just wait that one out. Because I feel like something is deeper behind this, especially because Elder Apostle Ramla did a video, and I was already thinking of doing a lesson before he did that. I saw it last night. I was like, oh yeah, I could see them being sent to these detention centers, all type of experiments is around on these people, you know. Because we're at the end. We're in the time of prophecy. This man's gonna come down with great wrath. All right. And and these snares, these traps that he's laying, he's gonna do it for when the RFID chip comes, the mark of the beast. Okay. Remember, he was doing that with the Crown Royal. I remember it was something. It was like some fast food joint, which fuck fast food. Don't eat that shit, man. Excuse my French, okay? But stay away from fast food. But I remember it was saying like, if you get a jab, you can get a free meal. Okay, all that is traps and snares. You see? Actually, I want to get the NLT version of that. Okay. Psalm 141, verse 9 again in the NLT. You are my, is it the NLT? It's lucky, okay. You are my refuge. Don't let them kill me. Keep me from the traps they have set for me, from the snares of those who do wrong. Let the wicked fall into their own nets, but let me escape, right? May Yahweh Shemashai keep us from these snares and these traps that Esau is laying, okay? And ultimately, this man, he's going to be set up and he's going to be destroyed. His kingdom, America's going to be nuked. His kingdom is going to be destroyed. And Yahushua is going to set up establish his kingdom upon the earth. All right. With the elect being the first fruits, the joint heirs. Okay, 2/3 are down this side, but they'll come back through the loins of the elect men, the kingdom of heaven. All right, but again, these are all traps. Just be vigilant. Okay, for Akim Akwat, you may be listening, you may be homeless. I say just sit this one out. All right, pray to the Lord and just try another way. Okay, because you might have some brothers and sisters that may be listening that's in a bad case, they're homeless. All right, the Lord's going to provide a way for you. Just pray. And if you truly believe, the Lord's not going to leave you out here. Okay, the Lord got you. Just keep your head up and just keep going and keep the faith. All right. So Lord willing, this was edifying. On to the next. Shalom.